So if any of you are like me, you want to get your hands dirty, I have set up this little challenge that we're going to do inside of Clay. That if you want to learn how to use Clay, this is a really easy way to be able to get your hands dirty and find some data. So this is the spreadsheet. It's literally called Clay Challenge 1. All you have to do is make a copy of it or just download it. Do not request access from me. Just download it. So we're going to download this comma separated list, and then we're going to bring it over to Clay, and we're going to start our challenge. So we're going to import the data, and here we go. So hit continue, new blank table, complete the import. And so the challenge that we're going to do is we want to validate if these people's email addresses are legit. And then we want to find what technology these companies are using. Basically, we want to check, are these companies using HubSpot? And then we are only going to send an email to somebody if their company is between 1 to 50 employees. And we're going to do that with a formula. So step 1, like I said, clean up these email addresses, see if they're valid, and then we're going to enrich them for more email addresses. Then we're going to find which companies are using HubSpot, and then we'll send an email only to the companies that are 1 to 10, no, 1 to 50, whatever, 1 to 50 employees. Maybe I'll change it by the end, but we'll see. So step number 1, we need to clean these emails up. So we're going to go to enrich data. And what we could do is we could just click on emails here, and then there's validate email provider. So if we were to just put validate, or we went to the emails, see how we have all these validation providers? So we can choose any of these. We're going to just use Dbounce. So we use Dbounce. You can use your own API key or use Clay's. For this example, we're going to use Clay's. And I need to map the emails. So where are those emails? Yes, email is right here. So we want to only get safe to send emails. And do we want to exclude free emails? Yes. So we're going to say only safe to send emails and exclude free emails. See how this one is like a Gmail email address right there, which the way that they are, this is probably the email address that they actually use for business, but I don't like emailing Gmail accounts. See how it's americaphoto@gmail.com. This is probably what they use because they're like a producer. And so this is probably their legitimate email address, but I don't like emailing free emails, so we're not going to do it. So we're just going to validate all of these. We're going to hit save and run those rows, and then we're going to get an answer back on all of these. And so see how what it says is first possible valid email. So we're going to add that as a column, and we're going to hit create. So now see how it says one valid. So valid emails. This one is safe to send, first possible valid email. Now we know, okay, these emails are safe to send to. The rest are not safe to send to, which is perfect. So now we're going to set up our waterfall. So we're just going to add our enrichment. We're going to hit work email. And so now we're going to set up our waterfall so that if we didn't get an email address from our sheet that is valid, we're going to try to find more email addresses. So we're going to hit full name. Oh, a little bit of a snafu. You need full name, I guess, to be in one column. So we're just going to use a formula really quick to put this together. So I'm going to say concatenate first name, and then we got to put a space in between it. So we put quote like space so it knows, and last name. Because if you did this without the space, it would literally just be ERICNOWOSLAW, and like it wouldn't have a space in between. So you just have to do that. Hit generate formula. So now we went from Jeremy Emmerman to our full output over here, which is exactly what we want to do. And now we're going to set this up again. So if we have an email here, we don't want to run our email enrichment column. But if we don't, we do want to run our email enrichment. So we'll hit work email. We're going to map the full name we just used. And then we're going to use the company name from the website, the company domain from the website. And we're going to drop down. We'll hit run settings. And so now we're going to use AI, and I'm going to say, run if first possible valid email is empty, right? Keep in mind, if there's no data inside of it, if it's empty, that's when we want all of this to run. So we'll hit generate formula. Output is correct. And then we've selected Dbounce as our email validation provider again. So even if Prospeo gives us an email, we'll have Dbounce to verify it. Let's save and run first 10 rows. And now it automatically added everything. So see how here we have the email address and it doesn't even run on Prospeo. It's like, nope, we already found the email address. We're good. We don't need anything. So now, while all of this is editing, another quick tip is that the validated work email, this is technically a merge column. And so if we were to jump in and we were to edit it, this is, like I said, this is the way that a merge column works. We could add this first possible email as well as an output. Oh, I guess we can't. I guess we're going to have to, well, we'll merge them ourselves. So what's going on here is that this domain has to be a catch-all domain. And so what we mean by that is that arcpointlabs.com, if you validate it, there's no way to validate it. And like I wrote a whole blog on this, it's going to be included in the course, that what a catch-all domain is. Essentially, there's no way to validate a catch-all domain. All of these providers, though, are saying, yeah, this is a catch-all domain. So it kept running because dbounce would validate it and it would be catch-all. So then it would go to the next one. But because all of them got it, that's why we got this over here. And so now we've set up our email enrichment. And so now we are good to go. So we're going to let this run on, everything now so that we can complete all 25 rows. So now what do we want to do? We want to find who's using HubSpot. Now let's keep in mind though, if we want to find who's using HubSpot, we have to use built with, right? Because people install HubSpot on their website. Sometimes they put it in their job descriptions and don't put it on their website. But for this challenge, we're just going to do the company domain. Built with costs us 2 credits every time we run this. So think to yourself, like, what do we need to do here to check, right? So we're going to put HubSpot as the keyword, but what else should we do? If we want to save money, we also want to put the run settings so that it'll only run if first possible valid email has data or if the validated work email over here behind this has data. Because if we don't have their email address, I'm not going to be emailing them anyway. So why would I waste money on this? So I'm going to put use AI and I'm going to say run if, and then we're going to go to first validated possible email is not empty, or if validated work email is not empty. So now we don't waste any money on enrichments that we're not going to email anyway. And so we'll hit output is correct, say formula, and then we'll continue to add fields. I'll put the technologies found here. That's fine. And so now see how it only runs when we have the email addresses. Really quick, what we're also going to do is I want to make like a master email column because we have the validated work email over here and we have it over there. So just real quick, we'll use merge columns, which literally, if I just map first possible valid email and then I map the validated work email, then whichever one is in there is just going to get merged into here. And this will kind of be like our master email column, right? So now we have the full list of all of the emails that we have. So then we'll run this on everything. And so now we're prepared to write a formula so I'm not actually going to send this email to any sending platform because I don't have a campaign set up for these. We're just going to use a formula to just pretend. And so I just want to run through everything one more time because I know I speak fast and I go really fast. So I'm going to give one more overview of what we did, why we did it, and everything. So first, what we did is we uploaded this CSV, right? So this is the challenge. This is what you need to be working off of. If these people all leave their jobs and this doesn't become possible, reach out to me and I'll change them. It doesn't matter. So then what we also have here, we uploaded all of this data, right? And so we have the email address from the data. We need to find more, we need to clean this email and we need to see who's using HubSpot. And so first we use dbounce. You can use dbounce, zero bounce, whatever you want. Just like pick an email validation provider. In my opinion, they're all basically the same. So you're going to run your integration here. And then we found out which ones were clean already. And then we moved on and we said, okay, now I want as many email addresses as I could possibly get. These ones we got from Apollo. We want to see what else can we get. So we take the first possible valid email and we're like, okay, we don't want to find any more email addresses for these people. So when we set up our waterfall, we said, hey, if there's an email address here, don't run because we already have the data, which is why it's not even run here on our data providers. Then the waterfall of all the data providers got used, and then we have the validated work email over here. So now to see who's using HubSpot though, we have our lookup technology with BuiltWith. We put in HubSpot, but in order to not waste any money, we only ran it if there was data inside of validated work email and if there was data inside of first possible valid email. We could have just created the master email column first and then just said like only run if there's data inside of master email column, but you could just do it whichever way you want. So now we have technologies found, HubSpot, HubSpot messages, and these are the only two. So when you integrate this with Lemlist, Smartlead, Instantly, you're going to have to run a conditional formula. And so I'm not going to choose an account. I'm not going to pick a campaign. You're basically going to set this up in order to map everything, right? And so we would map the master email column. We would map their first name. We would map their last name. And then we would map all of our customizations, our custom variables, all of those things. The only reason, though, we want this campaign to run is only if they have HubSpot, a valid email, and I guess their name, right? So what we would do is we would use a conditional formula here, and we would say, hey, only run if first name is not empty and master email column, whoops, is not empty, whoops, and then we go into here, technologies found contains HubSpot. We could also do is not empty as well because we filtered for HubSpot, but we could put is not empty. And so I'm just going to copy and paste this. So if we were actually adding this to a campaign, we'd be able to generate this formula and we would be good. Because we're not adding it to a campaign, and this is just pretend, we're going to run a formula. And so I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm going to say output send if first name is not empty, master email column is not empty, and technologies found is not empty. Output no send for everything else. We'll hit generate formula. Great. And so now this person has a first name, they have a master email column, they have technologies, send. Right, so we'll hit output is correct, save formula. So see how this person has technologies, we would hit send. And so now this should be a pretty easy workflow for you to do for your first time in order to just mess around with the platform and get familiar with conditional formulas. It should end with, and you can check to make sure that you did everything correctly, because if you filter this by the same criteria and you say first name is not empty and master email column is not empty and technologies found is not empty, you should only get the results that say send over here, which is a way that you can check that you did it correctly. So, yep, this is challenge number 1. Like I said, I like to get my hands dirty when I'm using tools. I think this is a great way to, use just a tiny 25 sample set in order to find these people. Make a copy of the sheet, download it. Well, I guess you don't need to make a copy. You could just hit file, download, upload it into Clay. Great first challenge for you to, work your way around Clay and do things that you're going to do all the time. I think the most basic thing that we do all the time is validating email from whatever source we got it from, enriching it for more email addresses, doing 1 or 2 enrichments, and then sending off of that. So there you go. Clay challenge number 1.